Hello everyone, Superman here. I'm coming to you with a video today. Um, Today's video is basically going to talk about the productions, or the not the production, I'm sorry, the producer letter that has came out. I know I'm a little late to the party when it comes to just telling you about the information of everything that's happening, but I just wanted to make a video on it to kind of explain better and to go in depth more on what's currently out when it comes to the producer's letter and I also wanted to come here to tell you about the Patrol Part 2 and the patch notes of April 29th. So today, we'll start off with, or more or less tonight, depending on the time zone today, tonight, whatever the case may be. Um, right now, we are going to start with the production letter. So let me just kind of get to a chill spot. I like a little chill spot. Oh, no, I got one. I got a good one. But basically today, the production, or more or less the producer's letter, is basically going over the things to come for DCUO, and some of it has released today because today is Tuesday, so it's the reset day. So a lot of it has already come to fruition, and I'm going to actually show you um, all of those things, or more or less the things that came into fruition um, for the most part. And there is one thing that I'm honestly excited about when I read the production letter. So I can't wait to explain that one to you. Um, and I definitely did just recently post a video previously of a solo, so that kind of goes into depth. So I'll kind of explain that as well and how I did that video and got into that video. But it was all thanks to what they did in the production there. But I think I found my comfort spot here, so I like to kind of hang here so I can watch over everything, you know. But all right. So the production or the producer letter today says heroes and villains, what a journey it's been so far since our past or since our last producer's letter in December 2024. We have released the first chapter of the Light and Rain story arc, Day of Reckoning, which introduced a fresh approach to storytelling in DC Universe Online. From that launch alone, we've made countless discoveries, sparking new ideas and identifying areas for improvement throughout the game. Day of Reckoning was just the tip of the iceberg, and we can't wait to hear what you think as we dive even deeper into evolving Light and Rain narrative. Since we last spoke, we've rolled out numerous quality of life improvements and upgrades, including the recent 64-bit client, um, an all-new event system, annual campaign events, elite R&D recipes, renown system enhancements, cross-faction leagues, a newcomer-friendly casual mode for over 50 instances, elite henchmen with unique power set abilities, mailing in-game cash to your alt, and that's not all. So, real quick before I continue, I kind of want to go over that bit right there. Now, I will say what they're doing right now. I'm impressed, kinda. Like, I'm actually kind of impressed by it. Sorry about that. I was wiping my nose. But the 64-bit client, I can't tell a difference, and I know I'm probably not the only one. The new event system, I'm kind of liking better than our old one. I definitely like how it is easier to kind of find everything when it comes to the events. So it's like it has its own tab. So, like for example, here, if you were to go into your inventory and everything is right here, so every event is here and ready to go. And kind of what they did for the producer's letter, which will be continued. I'll kind of go back to and do that. But with the annual campaign events, basically being the patrols. So here we do have our new one, which I'll get into in a second, because that actually started today as well. And this is basically what they mean for the campaign event. We have the four patrols here. We are on our second one as of today, and our first one has ended. But in the elite R&D recipes, basically meaning like um, if I were to go to the House of Legends here, I will kind of show you what they mean by that. Like they do have a new system where it comes to elite gear, um, in the R&D station recipes, to where if you run the solo or the raid or the alert when it comes to the Day of Reckoning has needed stuff, you will be able to earn damage roll or tank roll R&D recipes to work on and produce. So if I scroll down here and get to it and find it, I'll show you. So right here, so I have some for the rifle, one-handed, hand blast. We do have recipes that we can work on and predict. So that's basically what they mean there. Um, the renowned system enhancements. The renowned system enhancements basically state that when you go into any of the alerts or duos or raids or solos, you will get a certain amount of renown when it comes to that mission, especially when it comes to what version. Like if you go into casual or regular or elite, you'll go into you'll get a certain renown for that. And cross faction leagues. Sorry about that. I cut out. If I cut out, it was because my Siri thing on the console popped up. But cross faction leagues is another one that a lot of people kind of are iffy about. Like if you are enjoying the cross faction leagues, I am happy that you're enjoying it. It's something that I kind of dove into pretty recent. Like I do have a villain alt tune that I did put into this league currently. That is my own. So I do have him in here, and it's not bad. Like I don't know what else it's kind of interpreting, but I do have my villain tune here um, in the league with me, as well as a friend's alt um, that he's pretty much on. But for not like that though. But for the most part, the cross faction league, when it comes to the villains and heroes, it's a pretty dope idea, and I like it. But some people have other opinions. It's not bad. Um, but in a newcomer friendly casual mode is basically what I was talking about earlier. When it comes to queuing into on duties, you do have options to go into certain solos as casual, to where it's like if I were to queue in a solo that has a level clap to it or a level cap clap to it or clamp, sorry, it wouldn't level clamp me. So if I'm 472, I'm going into an old solo as 472, and it's not going to level clamp me or whatever the case may be. So it kind of takes away that, and I like that, but I wish they were to kind of enhance that a little bit more in a way to where it adds more tier solos, alerts, duos, and raids. Where it's not a very select few. Like I do wish that opened up a little bit more. Or it does open up a little bit more, hopefully, to where we do get more that aren't level clamped to their max CR. So that's something that I will say. Um, I wish they do add into the future. But the elite henchman with a unique power set ability, I've been recently seeing a lot. Everybody's probably been seeing them. We have these elite henchmen. They basically have hazmat suits and everything like that, and they're pretty good. I haven't personally tried them out yet myself or used them myself, but I do see a lot of people utilizing them, and they seem like they are pretty good allies or henchmen to have. The mailing in-game cash to your ult, I haven't tried that yet either, so I don't know anything about the mailing in-game cash to your ults, but from what I remember, that used to be a thing, but they stopped doing it after a while because of something. Um, but the fact that they're kind of bringing that back is kind of a good thing. I just haven't done it yet, so if anybody has tried it, definitely leave a comment, or if they tried the henchman out, definitely just leave a comment down below, um, and just let me know how you feel about it. But to continue that, it says, while these updates have been consistently delivered, we know they're not perfect. As we continue to monitor how these features perform, our focus remains on refining them to be both enjoyable and practical from a player's perspective. Um, we can't thank everyone, or we can't thank you enough for playing and genuinely enjoying the new updates. Thank you for being a part of this journey. We have so much more to share with you all. So that is basically the first part of the producer's letter. And to kind of continue that, it basically states, and now for what's to come. Alongside the team's ongoing work on the next adventurous chapter of Light and Rain, a multitude of developments are in the works. Some will revive sooner than others, or some will arrive, sorry, sooner than others, but all are designed to enhance your experience and bring more fun to the game. To start with, we are thrilled to be expanding one of the game's biggest systems, artifacts, and that's one. I'm gonna stop here, but actually, no, I'm gonna continue before I say something. So they're expanding one of the game's biggest systems, artifacts. We'll be sharing more details as the feature gets closer to launch, but the headline here is that we'll be opening two additional artifact slots, increasing the total to five. So that is actually something I'm very hype about because lots of things in this game, um, when it comes to certain aspects, you will realize or notice like what's lacking when it comes to your role, no matter if you're a DPS, a troll, a tank, or a healer. You'll always have that urge to be like, why can I get better? Or what am I lacking on, no matter your skill point range? But it's one of those things to where five artifact slots have been asked for a while, or more or less not just five or two more additives to the three that we already have, but lots of people have been asking for one extra artifact slot, and now they're giving us two. So I feel like I like that because I do have plans in the works when I found that out on the artifact slots. So it's bringing a lot of fun to the game because that's something that a lot of people like about this game, the artifacts. You know what I mean? That is definitely one of the main protagonist things about this game. But I will also say a um, there is a backdrop to where a lot of people in the community see it otherwise. Like lots of people in the community see it as a cash grab, and some people say, "Oh, they're just doing it to get a cash grab." This seems like, oh, they just need a lot of money, or they just need money because they're short money, whatever the case may be. This, that, and third, whatever. And honestly, I can see it. If I'm going to give an honest review of it, I can see why people think it's a cash grab. I can understand why people think it's a cash grab because it's artifacts, and we all know the Nith metal grind for artifacts. It takes a long time, and having to get the seals of completion and this, that, and third for and Nith metal detections, whatever the case may be. So I can understand that it is a cash grab because getting your artifacts to 200 fast is a long journey as it is. But at the same time, I feel like if you already have multiple artifacts at 200, that opens up a lot to testing what artifacts can really work with what. You know what I mean? Like for example, if I were to sit here and go into my tank build, right? I have Mystic, Clarion, Everyman, right? But with two more artifact slots, I could have um for manacles and what? Let's see, what's another artifact I can put in there for tank roll? Manacles and maybe mm, Eye of Gemini or Distilled Refractor. You know what I mean? I can have these two artifacts. That's perfect, actually. Manacles and Distilled Refractor as my next two artifacts to add to this build, since this is my full tank build or my main tank build. So it works well with builds depending on what you're working with, and it works well with a lot. So, like for another example, this build, I have Mystic, Clarion, and Red Tornado, but I can definitely add like Omega Hedron and Manacles, or I can add more DPS to this build and put Transformation Card and Candle. Like it opens up a lot when it comes to these builds. And for my DPS build, as like another example, I have all DPS here, so I have Omega Totality, Candle of Non, and Transformation Card. I can add Tetrahedron and Ebon as my next two. You know what I mean? So it's just like it comes well when it comes to it. So you just have to be willing to grind for it. And it is going to be a cash grab. It is going to be a lot, I know, but it's definitely one of those things where we all know if we all have more than five artifacts that are at 200 and to our disposal, we have two more artifact slots added, we're definitely going to be utilizing it and using it all. You know what I mean? And I know I definitely will. So I don't mind the cash grab because honestly, if it is a cash grab, this game needs money and I'm willing to be the one to help them build and continue this game and continue to do what they're doing. So I'm willing to be that helper and be that person where it's like, you know what, I like this game, I love this game, let's continue to play this game because this game is the game that I get to make content on. You know what I mean? I get to make content for you guys. So as long as this game stays alive and it keeps running and it keeps going and it keeps making money, I'm able to make content for you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I see it. And I'm always willing to just make money and spend money on this game. It's a good game to me, so I love it. To continue that, we have next, we're enhancing the impacts of allies in battle. Currently, allies have currently allies behave like a smart bomb, and they're sometimes gone before you even see them, which is true. With our upcoming changes, you can expect them to stick around. You can expect them to stick around for much longer, fighting by your side and making a meaningful difference to your heroic or in your heroic or villainous deeds. So basically stating, if I were to pop the ally crypto, he stays out for a good while, but sometimes we have certain allies that need to stay out longer, or we expect them to do more, stay out longer to help us more. And excuse me, um, some allies do that, and I would say being able to have that aspect added to the game, it's not a bad idea. Again, that is another good idea that I honestly am happy for and glad for it to be coming out like that, because there are a lot of allies that tend to disappear before you know it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of allies out here that tend to go away after whatever the case may be. Once they're done doing what they're doing, they're gone. So the fact that they're kind of adding a little bit more of a time limit to them and bringing them out and keeping them out a little bit longer, that helps a lot of things. You know what I mean? And we'll all obviously test it and notice it when we're fighting or going into any on-duty instances, whatever the case may be. So however you feel about it, just leave it in the comment section down below and just let me know. But I feel like it's a good idea. Again, that's so right now with this producer's letter, they're they're pretty much, especially for what's to come, they are they're two for two right now. You know, in my book, they're two for two. Um, Other stuff we're working on includes private matches, no more looking for one then drop game chat recruitment. This feature will bypass the minimum group size requirements for duos, alerts, raids, and allow you to create a group and go chase those feeds. Want to test your might in solo or duo? Have at it, grab a few buds and take on a raid by all means. So that's basically stating for most of my videos, right? Lots of those solos I had to go into with people and solo through it. As you probably seen, some of them you had some people in the background or stay in and you watch and they watched, whatever the case may be. So in my actually I just posted a video before this one. I actually utilized the private matchmaking. So basically what it is now, you can have that option. I think I still have one queued in that I'm actually planning on doing. Okay, no, I don't. So if I were to go to the on duty tab with a custom play, and let's say I want to do a raid, and this is actually another video that I'm probably gonna get through or try to post after this video. Um, let's see, let's do tier 4. So let's say Earth 3 the Escape, right? I want to run this raid, but I want to do it on my own, or I only have a duo or a solo, or a duo, a solo, or an alert sized group, like 4 people, 2 people, or just me. Um, Instead of clicking start queue, I can go to private matchmaking and it'll say start a private match, and then I can ready up, and then it'll put me into the match um, by myself because I queued it in on my own. And I honestly already am loving this. So that's a 3 for 3 for me. I'm already loving that factor. Um, it's great. Like, there's a lot of ideas and ways to start being able to put out more content for y'all from me, and with this being an option now, you know what I mean? Like, with this being an option, I'm able to really try to put out more ideas that I have in mind, or like if I randomly feel like doing something, I can put it out there for you and go, you know what, here's something that I wanted to try. If I get through it, this is for everyone to see. You know, hence example from the video that I posted beforehand. So private matchmaking, that's a 3 for 3 for me. I'm loving it already. Um, when I got on, that was like the first thing I tried, and yeah, it's great. So this is 3 for 3. Um, but to continue on with it, it says with cross faction leagues, in the can. We are now investigating cross faction grouping and hope to deliver this feature in the coming months. So, cross faction grouping sounds like an idea that everybody had for a good while. Like, lots of people, like, I feel like this has been requested or an idea from the community for a good while. And is it a good idea? I feel like it's 50-50. But at the same time, I feel like it is a good idea because if we have the cross faction leagues, it would make sense to be able to add them to groups as well. So the fact that we're getting the cross faction grouping, um, it's a good idea to me. You know, it's one of those things where it's like lots of people will probably be like, it's about time, like it's about time we were able to group up villains, and it's about time we did this with villains. You know, so lots of people have their own opinions on it, and I can't get mad at it because my own opinion on it was like, if we were to group up villains, it would have been nice. You know, um, it's not the worst idea, but it is definitely a good idea, and I'm honestly ready for it. You know, that's definitely a thing that I would say is a 4 for 4 for me, you know, so far on everything. Um, or five, you know, no, I'm lying. One, two, three, four. Yeah, okay, 4 for 4. So I'm kind of happy that they're kind of doing this. You know, this is actually a kind of good idea, and it's about that time, you know. Because a lot of people would always want to do stuff with villains, and then they never can. So now it's like with the cross faction grouping coming in, with the cross faction leagues, it's perfect. Um, Here's another one. Broker overhaul. We know this experience needs some love and we're on it. Expect longer co-assignment periods. Think weeks, not days, and far better messaging with this feature goes live. So that I honestly don't know too much about when it comes to the broker. I know the broker, and personally, I don't like the broker. But it really depends. Like if I need something from the broker, then yeah, I'll kind of go with it and deal with it, whatever the case may be. But I mean, with the broker, it's one of those things where if you like the broker, by all means, you know what I mean. Do what you got to do in the broker. But I can honestly care less about the broker. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a good idea, but I'm not also gonna say it's a bad idea. So I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. But we'll see how that one works. I don't know how that one's actually gonna play out too much. If you do know what they mean by that, definitely leave it in the comment section down below because I have no idea. But if you like the broker, have fun. If it feels good to do, have fun. Like I can probably put it to pieces or put the pieces together and go. I'm assuming what they mean on when you put something in the broker, it'll last longer than days, in more weeks instead of days. So I can kind of see that being a good thing for people who's trying to sell stuff, but like it'll be gone in a few days or whatever the case may be. So with the broker, I'm 50-50. So I'm still 3-3. You know, I'm still 3 or 4 for 4. But I mean, I'll give it 4.5. So if you like the broker, you like the broker. If not, you don't. So what can you do? Battlefield collision improvements are on the horizon. It's annoying at a minimum, but can also lead to defeat when your character is hung up on your henchmen, pets, etc. We're going to improve how your character collides with these entities. So that's actually a good thing. Um, I actually kind of like that, you know, that they're actually kind of adding that and doing that. Um, because we all know when we get stuck on our henchmen, it is very annoying to try and get out of, you know, and that does cause a lot of wipes and that does cause a lot of um, deaths in raids and whatever the case may be. So the fact that they're adding that, that is good for me. So I'm all for that. So currently the score is 5.5. Because I'm definitely all for that battlefield collision thing. I feel like that's definitely should have been a thing for a good while. Um, Additional improvements to the knockout revive system are being planned. I've been in a way, I've been in way too many groups that have failed to take down bosses due to chain knockouts as we attempt to revive one another. We don't have too many details to share just yet, but rest assured we are going to make the system more engaging and forgiving. Um, Now with that, I'm kind of curious on that one. So that one I don't have an answer for yet. That I do not know. So if it changes, I want to kind of see that one play out. I can't really give too much information or opinion on that one because the knockout system that we have right now, I can understand. You know, lots of case scenarios like that where we get chain knockout kills and whatever the case may be. So if they kind of change that, they change it. I mean, that one, I would have to see that one play out and see what they mean on that one, and then I'll definitely have to come back and give an opinion. But so I'm gonna give that one another half. So technically, we're a full solid six now. So we'll see how that one goes. Um, there's even more to come in terms of upgrades, enhancements, and many of these will take shape in the coming months. That said, we want to take a moment to highlight something special: our growing engagement with the community. A thriving game owes much to its players, and we're excited to formally introduce Volterra. Love Volterra; she is great. If you don't know Volterra, she is in the Discord DCUO server, and she's great. I love Volterra, so shout out to Volterra. Um, she's awesome. Our new community manager of DC Universe Online. While her name may already be familiar from the forums and Discord, there we go. It's never too late to make a formal introduction. With Volterra on board, you can look forward to more community events with special rewards, the return of live streams, and the launch of new and expanded volunteer programs in the near future. Be sure to give her a warm welcome and stay tuned for more community focused updates. So that's basically everything that's updating wise and what's to come for the game so far. But yeah, Volterra, she's great. She's definitely great. I see her in the Discord all the time, always interacting with the community and enjoying everyone and having fun. So she's definitely awesome. So I can't wait to see what they're doing with that and with her being the DCUO community manager. Hopefully, the one thing I'm kind of waiting on or looking out for is the Creator League because I'm thinking about joining it and being a part of the Creator League. So if they have an extension of some sort or whatever the case may be for it, I'm definitely willing to try and get into it. If I get declined or if I don't, it is what it is. It happens. But I'm still gonna definitely make content for everybody regardless. But the next thing is Light and Rain Chapter 2. Now back to the topic on everyone's mind. You may be wondering at this point, with how Day of Reckoning concluded, where do we go from here? The short answer is we're going to Mogo. You may have seen our latest story blog released on April 23rd, featuring some familiar DC iconics such as Jon Stewart, Kilowog, Hal Jordan, and Carol Ferris. If you haven't already, we highly recommend keeping an eye on those blogs or these blogs as they begin to set the stage for the next big adventure. Now, going to Mogo, I know probably people are going to go more lantern based content, really, or we already have a logo, whatever the case may be. Now, if you read the production letter and you kind of scrolled down um, and looked at the pictures of it or seen it from a different content creator other than myself, you will see it where it says it's coming soon in late May, and there are pictures, and it does look like instead of being inside of the command center or whatever the case may be, we are actually outside on the land of Mogo and not um, just inside of the command center. And it looks like the other picture, it seems like they're going into like a yellow lantern based cave instead of a green lantern based cave. So that's probably different. It seems like Steve, I almost said Steve, um, Saint Walker, he's getting a little bit of an update to his character. It's not too much of an update, but it seems like it's just more of a detailed update to his character, and he's going to look more detailed. And a lot of his details are going to start popping out more or be more in depth. So that's pretty good. Um, so I can't wait to see that and see how this episode goes. But to put it simply, that's a wrap for this producer's letter. Whether it's new features, quality of life improvements, or updates to the next chapter, we can't wait to share all the exciting details with you as we get closer to the release or to each release. As always, thanks for being a part of this incredible journey we call home. See you in the next one. Andre Emerson, executive producer. So that's basically the production letter. And or more or less not the production letter, the producer letter. So whatever opinions you have on it, whatever ideas or whatever the case may be, like your opinions, your facts, whatever the case you want to put out there, just leave them as a comment down below and just give me your thoughts and give me your ideas. Because I feel like everything that they're bringing out is great. I definitely can't wait to see it. I definitely can't wait to try it out and have fun with it. Um, and yeah, it's all around good. So DCUO is definitely still going strong, and I'm definitely hyped for it all. Um, but that's pretty much it. Now let's go into the patrol number two. Um, to put it simply, the next patrol we're going to um, Justice League Dark Cursed, and we're going to Cursed Gotham. So if you remember the Cursed Gotham episode, the next patrol is going there. Um, in the same way as we did the first one, it's the same way. You'll go to Cursed Gotham, run the open world stuff, solo alert and raid, and you'll gather everything or gather your production or progress. You can buy it out if you want to. But when you're done the progression, you will get the ally John Constantine, 40 pack of Casnia Crowns, and 50k ally favor. So if you want to get into that patrol, go right ahead, do what you got to do. And I'll probably end up running it. Um, so I'll definitely be there for that. So if you know or if you have been here for the first patrol, you know the second patrol isn't going to be any different. It's just a new area. But you still have the option to buy out the Shock to the System 1 until a certain time. And I'm pretty sure they definitely did say something about the limited times for these. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Now, there's another one here for the patch notes. Um, it's basically going over everything that we have now. Um, the Patrol Justice League Dark Cursed Part 2. So the campaign Part 2 is out. Private matchmaking, which I already explained. The reward claim menu update. So that one's actually new. So when you go to the event tab, this is what I wanted to talk about. So this here is bonus ally favor as an event. So this event is out now until May 5th. So if you want to get bonus ally favor, and if you need ally favor for your allies, go right ahead. We do have bonus ally favor out now. I personally don't need ally favor because I have max ally favor. And I just need the alliances for it. And if you don't, believe me, for the max ally favor, if I go to my rewards here, I'll go to ally favors and you will see it being red. I have max. So I just need the alliances. So I'm good here on the bonus ally favor. Now the reward claim is basically here. When you go to this reward claim, it'll basically pop up the patrol ones that you have left. So if I still have the option to buy out, the patrol system for the Shock to the System for the first one, I have 258 days left. It ends January 13th, so I have enough time to buy it. And then if I go back and go to chapter, I have the chapter rewards for Day of Reckoning still here and available. I have the Superman Day rewards here still available, but I'm pretty sure these might go soon. I don't know when this one's actually going. Now thinking about it, because it definitely doesn't specify, but I know it might specify it or clear it up. And then we have the seasonal ones. And the seasonal ones, I already have the Attack of the Monitor and Love Conquers All, but we do have 27 days left for the spring. Yeah, we do have 27 days left for spring and Mr. Mixie's event. So if you still haven't, if you didn't finish your progress there, you can definitely still have that time to buy it out. You have until May 27th. So there's that, and if I were to read it here, it says the reward the reward reclaim page within the events menu has received an important update. Starting with the latest release, players will now only have the option to buy out non-patrol events awards for up to 4 weeks after the event ends. Any events older than this will still be available to buy out until May 27th, offering players a limited window to claim rewards from previous events. Be sure to check the event menu regularly to ensure that you don't miss out on any rewards that you want to claim. So there's that. Now, I don't have a PC, but for the people who have PCs that watch my content, PC has a platform visual update And the PC version of the game has a visual update. The textures on PC have been aligned with the latest versions seen on console platforms, providing a more consistent experience across all platforms. This update will require an additional 4.5 gigabyte of disk space to patch the game, so players should ensure they have enough space storage available. This update is part of ongoing efforts to enhance the visual quality and performance of the game on PC. So if you have a PC, there you go. You're going to technically be getting these graphic updates. So I'll give you a little bit of a look see and look around. So it's not going to be too different, I'm assuming, from what we already have. And for people who watch my content and are PC players or seen other DCUO PC players, um, you already know um, what the PC ad looks like compared to console, even if you have both, you know. So that's pretty much there. Um, yeah, and that's everything. And like I said, if you have any comments or questions or concerns, whatever the case may be, just leave them in the comment section down below. And glad I was able to pass on this information finally. I know I'm late, but I'm glad I was able to kind of do it. I had it scheduled, but I couldn't figure out a day to do it. So I'm glad I'm actually able to do it. But for the most part, see you everyone, and I hope you all enjoy the previous video. And I do have another video that I'm planning on working on right after this one. So see you all there for the next one, or I hope you enjoy the next one if I get it done. Bye, everyone.